Hi, welcome to Crafting a Country Life. I'm jumping on again today because I wanted to share a technique that I've been using for actually a very long time. And I don't know if you're like me, but you know, I like to try to use up as much of my scrap paper as I possibly can. And so what I generally do is when I finish die cutting pieces out of different papers, I just shove the scraps into this little basket here. It's like a little tote tub. And as you can see, I have quite a few here stacked up. And when I, excuse me, when I have some time, I'll go back and, you know, take an evening or some time when I know I'd like to just sit down and relax. And I'll grab the tote tub. This one has a little handle here. So I'll grab this and I'll take a tray or another container and just toss a pair of scissors in there. And then I also put in a handful of different hand punches. And if you're like me and you have a selection of these, you can put, you know, whichever ones you like into your dish or your tray. And then you can go and sit down. Here's an EK Success. These are nice. And of course, these I've collected these way back when paper crafting first started, and the stores had so many more hand punches, selection of hand punches on the shelves back then. Anyway, so, you know, I have quite a few to choose from, but you can take whichever ones you do have, pop them into your dish or tray with a pair of scissors, and grab your tote tub. And, you know, I go sit down at my table or sit on the floor while I'm watching a movie or something. And I'll just sit and punch out of the scraps. You know, I take my hand punch and I just sit and punch pieces out and add them to back into my tray. You know, just stack all the pieces up into my tray. And, you know, at the end of my session, I have this entire, you know, little box or tray full of all different kinds of die cuts that I then transfer into, and I have a whole drawer full of these photo boxes. These are the 4x6. And as you can see here, I've labeled all the photo boxes with what's inside. So I have die cuts that are spring related. This one has swans, birds, bows, butterflies, bees, that kind of thing in this box. Okay. This one is circles, medium and smaller circles. And you can see over the years, you know, as I have time, I just sit and punch out from my scraps and I end up with this beautiful collection of different sizes and shapes and colors of circles that I can draw from when I'm sitting down to do paper crafting. They're already punched out and ready for me to use, which is great. So I'll just go into my drawer of die cuts and pull out the boxes that I need for whatever it is I'm working on. And then I can sit down and just start assembling. This one actually has some larger die cuts that are not really from small scraps. These are from, you know, larger leftover paper scraps that I had. But they all would have been destined for the garbage pail if I hadn't, you know, set them aside and taken them. Here are a few frames. So everything in this one has, you know, sewing related items in it, for example, and so on. And so I have found this to be a really helpful little technique, or method, I guess, if you will, for saving my scraps. You know, and I don't just toss them in the garbage. I just stick them into this little bin, and when I have enough, I grab the tote tub, my scissors and dies, and just go sit down and sit and punch. And I actually find it very therapeutic to just sit and do something mindless like that. And then, of course, I have plenty of extra die cuts that I don't have to go out and buy because I've saved myself a little extra money and used up the scraps that I would have otherwise thrown out. So I don't know if this is something that might be helpful for you or not, but it's, you know, it's one of the ways that you can use up some of your scraps and have plenty of paper crafting ephemera to use for working on projects whenever you need to. Well, I guess that's about it for now. I'm going to take some time now to clean up my craft table a little bit and get ready for some new crafting projects to work on. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.